Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy SoSo, and welcome back to another Heat playoff post game recap. This time, we're going over a big game three for the Miami Heat as they get the victory over the Milwaukee Bucks, 121-99, in a blowout in Miami. Now, this game really got off to a real good start for the Heat. The first quarter was pretty much all Jimmy Butler. He had 17 points in the first quarter. He ended the quarter with a 13-1 run. A lot of that was from them moving the ball a lot. And interestingly enough, a lot of that came from Kevin Love. He got the start with Tyler Hero being out of the playoffs for us. Now, Kevin did an important job tonight because he was able to facilitate a lot of the movement necessary on the offense. He did a lot of picking. He was able to get a couple assists to get the offense flowing, and the team took a good take to that, and it really fed off the energy, got off to a hot start, and Jimmy was just being Jimmy, man. He even hit a couple of threes in the first quarter, did really well, and then with the Heat winning that first quarter, 29-21. In the second quarter, what we saw was the key emergence of the game, in my opinion. The bench came out to perform for the Heat. We saw Kyle Lowry have a great second quarter. Duncan Robinson go 3 for 3 in the second quarter from 3-pointers for 9 points. His 29th birthday, by the way. And that really made a difference for the Heat because, yeah, they had a lead, ending the first quarter, but they were able to grow on that lead while having guys like Bam have a little bit of an off night, Jimmy taking some rest in the second quarter, and allowing the team to supplement whatever the team effort was coming from the main guys that we're used to. What a great second quarter for Kyle Lowry because he's had a really good playoff run so far. We saw him have a great game against the Hawks to keep us in it. Did well against the Bulls. Played well in game one in the victory. And we need the kind of support that he offered tonight from the bench. Same thing with Duncan. Duncan coming in and going 5 of 6 ultimately from 3-point line. Ended up with like 17 points. That's stuff that he needs to do. Not necessarily go 5 or 6, but make threes with the opportunity and the times that you're given, because he's gonna get time now that Hero's out, and we're gonna need. When I say Jimmy's gonna need the support of somebody from this team to go out there and really provide extra scoring, because the defense is not the issue here. The defense was great tonight. They forced 17 turnovers on the Bucks. I had 4 steals. Just overall being very feisty and very defensive. What impressed me big time tonight was the transition from defense to offense. We were getting steals, getting those rebounds, forcing the Bucks into bad shots, and coming away with that, and not necessarily walking it up the court. We were really trying to initiate the offense, and it really helped out because as a team, as a starter, you got 14 assists between everybody. As a team, you had 22 assists. Now, those are things that let you know, as far as stats go, that the ball was being moved in opportune times in order to get maximized percentage shots. That really was the key. The Heat were really on fire from 3-point, man. At one point, they had made 14 3-pointers, franchise record hitting 12 3-pointers in the first half. That just shows you that when this team is on, they can really get after some of the best teams because they can create so much spacing, which is necessary for guys to get off their 3-point looks. And man, the supporting cast was the big difference. Over 50-something points coming off the bench. Like I said, Bam didn't have the greatest offensive night, but he still ended up with a double-double, had 11 rebounds, played well in the fourth quarter. Kevin Love, like I said, you look at his stat line, 6 points, and say, man, I kind of wish he did more. He had 7 rebounds, had 2 assists, and like I said, he did a lot of the dirty work necessary in the time that he was given. Played 21 minutes in order to get the Heat the dub tonight. I got to give a special shout out to Strus too. Strus played an integral part of today's victory for the Heat because he's a guy that is not afraid to shoot it, and he's shown that he can land and make big shots. He played really well for me in this game and made a big difference. And of course, everybody's gonna look at Duncan. He ended up with 20 points. Like I said, 5 or 6 from 3-point line. And it is impressive. And everybody's like, finally, this is what we need from Duncan. Well, it's going to be hard to replicate this every game, but when you're at home and you're up on a Milwaukee Bucks team that's very hard and playing without Giannis Antetokounmpo, uh, you have to take advantage of those matchups. And I think the light has clicked for Duncan because you could tell that he felt very confident. We kind of gave him a little bit of shit here on the program because of the game that he had in game 2, but if he's going to be able to put forth that type of effort, then it's just going to make everything else a lot easier for the Heat to go out there and actually get the upset victory. If it does happen, it would be the 6th time in NBA history since they started doing this type of format in 1984, where an 8th seed would go on to be a number 1 seed. Now, we're not at that point yet because we still have game 4 on Monday, right? And it's first to 4, not first to 2. But the Heat are definitely in the driver's seat. There's a huge percentage of teams that go on to win the series after winning game 3 and putting themselves ahead 3-1, especially in the Heat's position, because now we have the home court advantage, even if the Bucks go out there and win game 5. If we're looking ahead to game 4 and what needs to happen on Monday, Jimmy's health or back issue is definitely a concern, but we all know what type of effort he's going to give, so we expect Jimmy to play on Monday. But I'm really interested to see if Bam gives us that game where he goes off for 25 points and 13 rebounds, because that would be a motivating factor to go out there and really take a stranglehold on this series and go up 3-1 on your home court. Bam, in my opinion, still needs that breakout performance in the playoffs against a high caliber opponent in order to really solidify not only for himself, right, but for the Heat fans and the national, perspective on his game, whether or not to say he's the one who can be that X factor for the Heat every year moving forward. We know that Jimmy's going to give the best effort. We know we can expect something good from Bam. Who else is going to step up? Are we going to be able to continue to shoot this well from 3? We've been killing it so far. We saw in game 1, we made at least 17 threes or 16 threes. Game 2, another bad shooting from 3-point line, but then we bounce back in game 3 and we make another 16 threes out of 33 shots. That is what really makes a big difference for this Heat team. Being able to knock down those threes always gives us a chance to beat teams. And if you would have told me, hey, in the 2 victories that Heat would have had, we would have put up 250 points on the Bucks, I would have said you're crazy. And I'm sure you guys would have said that too, right? But here we are. The Heat have really woken up on the offensive side of the court, and it's exciting to see because it really gives us a chance against the Bucks to really take hold of this series in game 4, which is on Monday night. I really think that, what we saw in the fourth quarter was not the typical Heat team that we saw this season, where they gave up the second half and kind of let teams get back into it. Every time that the Bucks answered with an 8-0 run, a 9-0 run, or something like that to cut the lead to 15 or 14, the Heat would come back down and hit big shots, get good, tough possessions on defense, get the rebound, right? And then go out there and execute, keep them at bay, build up the lead again. This game was very impressive for the Heat. I got to say, because we didn't know what type of Heat team would show up today. We didn't know if they are really a team that can withstand and hold on to leads like they've had before or have had difficulties earlier this season. But they held their own and they really put themselves in a real comfortable position in order to get this next game here at home. Imagine that, going 2-0 at home and getting a road victory in Milwaukee to start this series. I don't think the Heat could have wrote it any better. Now, we have to get to the bad news of the evening. Yes, the Heat won. We are getting pizza mañana, but Victor Oladipo went down in the fourth quarter with a apparent left knee injury. It looked like when he was taking off to jump to complete the layup, it just felt like it gave away. And when he landed, you could see him holding his knee and really being worried about it. It sucks to see that because that's a guy that we know has struggled, right, coming back from his major injuries. And it looks like every time that he's getting closer and closer to feeling like himself and doing the things that he's comfortable doing on the court, we see him suffer some type of catastrophic injury. We don't know at this moment. It's 11 o'clock at night at the time that I'm recording this. We don't know right now what's the status of his knee injury. We know that he did push away the stretcher. He didn't want to leave on that. His teammates helped him up and got him to the sideline where they were ultimately led him to the back. Thoughts and prayers to Victor Oladipo. We know that he's worked hard. We do have high expectations of him because we know what the talent he has in store for us. It just sucks to see the injuries come out and take it from him. Hopefully somebody else gets a chance in the rotation. We saw Big Yurts get some minutes tonight. Everybody pretty much played on the roster tonight because the game was so much out of hand in the finishing stages of the fourth quarter. Nice to do that because we haven't seen that a lot this year. Let's see. We need the bench to continue to support the starting five. I think Kevin Love sticks in the starting five because his ability to pass and throw the ball down court and just find guys and set picks, knock down threes, is really what we needed here, man. We needed a four who can kind of facilitate that part of the offense from that position. We just need Bam to take advantage of it and really have a big game. I'm hoping that it's game 4. Like I said, it's Monday night. Your boy and Joel will be recording that night, but we'll be bringing you every single update for the Heat playoff run this year. You guys know what to do. It's that time to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button on Sports with SoSo YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit the like on our latest videos and drop a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about the game and who was your unsung hero, who was your standout player. Love seeing the comments on our videos. It's your boy. Until next time, peace.